the best video I've ever made was taken off TikTok, and I can't download it so I can put it on YouTube. And like, I just want to say what it says. It was a comedy video. It was about Dmitry Medvedev, and basically it was saying like, this person is from a group of people I'm not allowed to talk about, because if I talk about it, then it will be hate speech, right? Well, basically, like, the group of people is in charge of Ukraine, I promise. Like, you can go look up Zelensky. What is Zelensky? He's a... Well, I know Dmitry Medvedev, and what I'm saying is that, like, this group of people, they're mafia, they're in charge of Russia, they're in charge of Ukraine. Medvedev says to everyone, if we find out that the Ukrainian government is behind this attack, then we'll kill him. And what he's saying is like, we're not trying to kill the Ukrainians. You guys know we're not trying to kill you. But if you try to kill me, I'll kill you. So there's an agreement between Ukraine and Russia. We won't kill one another's governments. We'll have our soldiers kill each other. So basically, they're killing non-mafia members, right? That's what we're going to call them, And remember, these people are in the sex trafficking business, because here's Liv Morgan from the WWE. We're starting to wonder if she's a little person, right? Because if she's a little person, then that would be really confusing to everyone, because we just found her in Moldova. She's singing Moldova. You don't know how small she is. You don't know she's a little person. She's a little person with a lot of personality. She's like very outgoing. Like, she's very confident. So this video is not going to get censored, right? Because I don't say that they're part of a certain group of people that they are part of. The group of people that Joe Biden is secretly a part of, because he's Catholic, right? Yeah, trust me, he's Catholic, right? He's Catholic. Because I can't show you the letter that Israel put out talking about how they need to go after all the media fronts and make sure that like they're censoring better. Like, they didn't actually say censoring, but they need to control the media fronts better. Well, I have a label on my account, and my account says that I'm like spamming. If you remember the story, like, I'm the little kid on South Park, and like, I don't know how old I am. I've always thought I was like super old, and it's because I was dating a little person. And like, no one will tell me that I dated a little person. It's like crazy how censored the media is. Like, I can't leave my house because the FBI is like trying to arrest me right now for talking on the internet. But like, they've been trying to kill me. So I like don't know what to do about it, because I know that if I let them arrest me, they're just going to kill me. But like, I've already like done more time than anyone could ever possibly do for talking. Like, I got in trouble for it's called menacing, for saying something. So I don't have any constitutional rights. Like, I didn't have a right to trial. Like, the police beat me up while I was handcuffed. Like, all this terrible stuff happens to me. And like, I can't even talk about like the fact that like these people are in charge of two different countries. They're faking like they're not on the same team, and they are just killing their own people. Like, that is like the whole thing. We need to kill the people that are not part of the mafia in our country. And like, we can't talk about it. And like, we all have to ask ourselves, like, China, like, how much are you guys involved in sex trafficking? Clearly, like, my dad's partners were all Asian. Like, I'm talking about Private Joker from Full Metal Jacket. I know him as Rocky, but he was the Duke when he was in Vietnam. So if you watch Full Metal Jacket, go look for the Duke. You'll see him. So the Duke was fighting a war against China when he was in Vietnam, right? But like, they clearly had Vietnamese and Chinese partners in the sex trafficking business. Clearly, I'm a confused person, because I think David Crowder's 6'6". And I think that like this little person who's my ex-girlfriend's 5 foot, and I'm 6 foot. And so like, we all have to ask ourselves, like, how does TikTok think they should censor this? And like, the only thing I can figure out is like, you're Russian mafia. You didn't like that my other video is funny. This one's not funny. My opinion is that this video should be scary to you, because this is a person that like really, really is fed up with TikTok that much. And I think that everyone thinks that everything will stay the same forever, because you think that like these mafia people that sell little kids are going to stay in charge forever. They're not. And like, I'm the person that is going to like, I'm going to come after you. And I'm not going to be nice. The last thing I want to mention is Vladimir Putin won't let anyone get his DNA. Like he's obsessed with not letting people get his DNA, and like that would be because like he clones himself and like he will go undercover and he doesn't want someone to find out that he's Vladimir Putin when he's undercover. And it's the same thing with Dmitry Medvedev. And like we need to stop and think about this. Like this is dangerous. Like we can't talk to one another. Like they're that important. They're controlling all of our media outlets. They can talk to one another. We can't talk to one another because they're that important in the social media world. Like the person that was the CEO of YouTube, she's from a Russian family. The person who's married to the guy in charge of Google, she was Russian, and then the guy in charge of like that was in charge of Google, Russian. Like I mean, like you would never believe like Lila Tretikov, she was in charge of Wikimedia, like she's Russian. Like and then now she's like deputy chief technical officer of Microsoft. Like I mean, we all got to ask ourselves like, what's going on here? Like, are we in danger from our like the technology we use in America? Well, Elon Musk makes me feel uncomfortable, and like, like that's the only platform I've got.